Howdy, church. My name's Willie Pruitt. I'm an ex-meth addict. I'm a convicted felon, and for most of my life, I did it the wrong way. I spent years as a manipulator, a liar, a thief, a bad father, somebody you just overall wouldn't want to be around. I don't find my identity in those things now, though. I find my identity in being a follower of Christ. And today I want to share with you my story of how I got here. It started slow, with one small addiction in alcoholism. And alcoholism led me to another addiction in cocaine. Cocaine led me to another addiction in meth. And then before I realized, years had gone by, and I've done nothing productive at all. I've pushed away all the people that loved me, except for my wife. She stood by me the whole time. Thank God for her. But I pushed away everyone that I loved, or that loved me. And I think that folks had lost hope, I had become something that I didn't want to look at in the mirror. I couldn't stand the sight of myself anymore. And one day, all of this came to a head. I had several warrants out for my arrest, to the point where I couldn't even go to my own house anymore. The cops were looking for me here and there and everywhere. And I got in a high-speed chase.
This was the moment of impact. The officer used a tactical vehicle intervention to stop William Pruitt late Wednesday night.
Headquarters TVI vehicle has rolled over.
Lieutenant Zach Bradford from the Yukon Police Department initiated a pit maneuver. So right then, the car started to flip. Going that fast, you're not worried about if you're gonna die. You know you're gonna die. It's a scary thing, but in that moment, something came over me that just let me know everything was gonna be okay. It was a peace that I'd never felt before. Somebody just wrapped me up tight, and I knew from then on, my life was gonna look different. From there, I went to jail, and I detoxed in jail for a while. And when I came out of my coma, I had noticed a group of guys over in the corner of the room every night doing prayer calls. Those prayer calls drew me in. It was inspiring to see folks talk about what they were thankful for in a situation like that, facing the time that these guys were facing, right? And from jail, I went to prison in McAllister. And in McAllister was where my foundation was laid. I noticed a building over the hill, and it was the chapel, and everybody coming from that building had a smile on their face, Everybody on the yard, they were, scowling and angry all the time. But the guys that would come out of that building were always smiling. So I go down there, and there's classes and sermons and volunteers coming, and I get into the Word, and I start reading, and I grow this hunger, and I start filling this God-sized hole that I've always had. All the while, I'm calling my wife on the phone, and I'm telling her about the things I'm learning, and this and that, and she's always believed in me, but you could still hear in her voice like maybe he's gonna get out and not change, So it starts getting closer to the time when I'm gonna be released, and I was terrified. I was completely terrified that I would get out and I would fall flat again, and that all of this faith would be left behind, and I didn't know what else to do, so I kept praying and praying and praying, and I do believe that my strongest prayers were prayed in tears. I was just so scared that I was going to get out and, go back to being a bad dad to my little boy or something. And when I got out, man, it was like God has provided. He's met and exceeded every prayer that I prayed. When I was scared to get out of prison, to fall flat, I prayed and prayed to find a church. And as soon as I got out, I got an invite to Together We. I come to Together We, and it was a little bit different than what I had in mind. I was thinking small church, and with lots of accountability. But when I got here, it was exactly what I needed. It was a big church with tons more accountability. I've surrounded myself here with godly men just like I did in prison. And these godly men, they'll send me Bible verses and studies, and I can ask them questions anytime I'm reading and I come across something I don't know what it exactly means. They've helped guide my steps forward into becoming a productive member of society. And man, these people here, they mean so much to me. This church means so much to me. My family's in this church. When I never grew up, in a church, we didn't talk about faith, and now we have a row or two filled every Sunday morning. But if God can change someone like me, if he can forgive the many, many sins that I've committed through my lifetime, then he can forgive yours too. I don't know who you are or what you need help with, but I'll tell you this: come to Jesus.